Childcare waiting lists all across Minot have been filling up quickly the last couple of years. Those facing some of the hardest challenges are those in our armed forces. There are currently 134 children on Minot Air Force Base that are on waiting lists, and that affects more than 250 airmen. To fill that void, they need 30 additional facilities as well as further assistance when they are called out on missions. The real challenge is presented when overnight stays, training weeks, and more non-traditional hours are required of both parents in a household. Child care advocates say better marketing of resources can help solve this problem. One such solution is the Working Parents Child Care Relief Pilot Project, launched in March. It connects employers and employees to a statewide funding option to pay for monthly daycare costs. Employees can opt in to match the employer's contribution, providing up to $600 per month in financial assistance.
It's been very important to us to hear from people it is affecting: employers, families, our military, and we'll be working on solutions here in the near future.
State lawmakers also passed the nearly $66 million child care package in the last session. The money will be distributed to North Dakota cities in July. We'll hear from a military parent on child care needs tonight at 10.